all out. Stay with me and let's stand out. And outshine those trying to get all stars down. All we have to do is figure out how strong we are and what it takes to stay alive. Sink and learn what we can do to take them down. It's revenge and survive for now. We know in heart and you can feel my heart, so help me to stay focused so I don't fall apart. I wanna be complete, it's not in me to retreat. I couldn't do it on my own, so I really need you with me.
I gotta find out who killed my dad. I hear the voice of you in my mind. I gotta find out who killed my dad. I hear the voice of you in my mind. So
My blood is pumping, I'm ready to fight when you are. Let's let no one break the bond that is ours. Show me what it means to be a shining star. You have my body, that's life is one.
don't lose your Should I go after you or?
Yeah, I forget the order, TBH. No, it's. It should be one last. So Leah's usually after me, so it should be one last. So it was, the original lineup was you, me, Leah. Let's shift it down so it's me, Leah, you. think I'm ready to get started. Oh, thanks. Cool. Alright, while the music's down, let's start it.
Do it.
Alrighty, what's up everyone? How's it going? Thank you for coming out. I see we got this crazy little like tube in the screen in the camera. Ignore that. Just imagine it's like some Prometheus stuff or something. It's for the little microphone. We'll see how it goes. Awesome. Sweet, so welcome everyone.
Yay!
Yeah. Yeah, I'm back. Finally I'm back. Finally I have a free day after like 2 months. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so cool. Very happy to be here. Happy to, finally get back in on the super stream. We're working on this little Egyptian commission right now. It's a like a personal commission for someone. It's a lot of fun. I am in the middle of kind of like coloring it right now. So some of these are so bright, I want to tone it down a bit. You can always brighten it up later. I just don't want to go super bright, because then there's nowhere to go. And what I mean by nowhere to go, I mean if it's already maximum brightness to start off with, basically like how can you shade it? It's like I want everything to be kind of very like a neutral, so that I can add highlights and shadows and not have any of them be like too bizarre that it's like I can't work with it. I don't want the saturation level or the brightness to be too high. This is just the chill Sunday stream, so the heads up everyone, so I'm not going to be going super draw like this, draw like that, this is a tip, blah blah blah.
You say that now.
Yeah, again, I say that every time, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see. Let's take off some shadows on this really quick. Let's mess with some of these colors on this. Unfortunately, it's supposed to just be like a single color piece, to where I can only use black, white, and then orange. So it's a little different. I'm trying to think of how I can like beef up this while staying in the the confines of not to add extra colors, because it would be cool to have some like blue in this. There's a lot of things I would like to do. I got the lovely Jessica right next to me.
Hey.
Al Pichon's gonna just show up whenever she feels like it, per usual. She's the she's the diva. Hopefully she'll show up to work at some point. But yeah, cool. Again, everyone, thanks for coming out. If you're watching this on Facebook, what's up? Thanks for clicking the little play button. Feel free to come into the actual like Twitch channel. I know everybody's kind of getting warmed up right now. It's like waking up 2 p.m. on a Sunday, like, oh, Twitch, oh, okay, let's check that out. So chill. Yeah, you're more than welcome to come out. Say hello in the chat. It's all good. You know what? Everything I want to do with this little like wing right there is just adding more colors to it. So I'm just gonna stop right there. It's like let's just mess with these little cylinders right here. Client had an actual name for it, and like I looked them up. But damned if I remember them. There's little like hair tubes, hair cylinders. To me, yeah. Hey, what up? He's coming out, Alice Drake. What's up, dude? Just starting it off. Just starting things off over here. Din, you look like you were beaten up. Yikes. Yeah, maybe, dude. That's funny. Maybe there's too much light. Yeah. I need more darkness. Do I look like I was beaten up? Yeah. It's because I have been working so much. Yeah, thanks for the host. Awesome. Chill. So what I want to do is maybe I'll just to separate some of these a little bit, just to give little like highlight separations between it. Yeah. Sorry everyone, I'm a little see about this. I'm just starting my coffee for the day, so that's probably why I look beaten up. Yeah. Or maybe Jess was just beating me up as usual. JK? Is it stuck on there? That is really weird, Yanks. Good old yeah. There it goes. Alright, we'll have to keep that window up at the top, otherwise it looks like it's gonna be a pain. Cool. Yeah, I don't know that. What is it? The Twitch alerts. It's been kind of a little tiffy lately. Yeah. What time did you get up today? I slept in. I was up at like 10. I think it was nice to sleep in. It's very, very nice to sleep in. Yeah, I just been on like non-stop work. Yeah, I wasn't able to like participate in any of the streams in a couple weeks. Like it was very sad for yours truly, the person that wants to be here the most. Yeah, maybe we'll see. Cool. Dang, yeah, this is it's alright, I guess. Let's just start shading it. I'll mess with the colors later. I'm kind of just like trigger happy with the colors. It's like I haven't done one of these little like Sketch Plus things in so long that it's so limiting now. It's like I just want to paint and have cool colors and oh well. Let's just get it going. Nice. I think I might have to desaturate the background a little bit. It's kind of throwing me off. There we go. Try bringing it darker just to pop her out a little more. I can do something cool like behind her head maybe. Just add a little like gold there. Just to kind of get things a little popping. But I do want it like overall like kind of dark behind just to help pop her skin more. Her skin is kind of more of a mid-tone. So especially when you're working at grayscale like this, contrast very, very important. It's always important, but it's just so much easier to see it when you are in just grayscale like this. Nice. I'm just going to quickly throw a little stroke around her in a layer style. And I'll do that in white, and then maybe I'll do like an overlay. Bring the size up on that, just so there's a little pop. Oh, we got some outer glow around there? Okay, that was weird. It works. I mean, I probably would have added it later, but it's kind of like, I guess my body was just like automatically just going through the motions and doing stuff without me telling it to do that. It's kind of funny. Cool. That's a little better. I just want a little pop around her. A little pop and sizzle. You know what I'm talking about? Everyone needs a little pop and sizzle now and then. That's sweet. Everyone just tuning in. What's up? Nice to see you. It's me, your good friend and humble host, In Money here, and we are starting to paint this Egyptian-inspired woman. Yeah, excellent. Super happy.
Post it on the
No, I didn't post on my Pastic, unfortunately. Thanks.
Well,
Yeah, that's alright.
pop and lock.
Pop and lock. Yeah, pop, lock in. Alright, cool. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start kind of tracing out where I want the highlights to be with the lasso tool. And I'm going to do it, I'm kind of creating these little like arcways, and I'm like quickly just like, almost like I don't know, maybe like drawing like the Batman symbol or something like that. Some cool like little like nice swoop-dees to get that kind of like a general like arc that's going to cut across the hair for the highlights. You know, because it's going to generally have like a sweeping motion. You know, thinking like the brim of a hat kind of thing. You know, it's gonna cut across the hair like that. But you can kind of show each little segment. That's what we want to do right now. Now let's create a new layer. What the hell? Do this in overlay. I'm gonna use overlays a lot just because it's a good layer style to just slowly build from. So yeah, just that little bit kind of goes a long way. The thing is, like when you go too much, too quickly, it can just like spin out of control too fast. Like it's nice to kind of just slowly build up. And I feel like the times when I do try to slow it down, do things a little more precise, it actually makes the painting go that much faster. When then I'm trying to like rush and just get stuff done like super quickly. Cool, nice. And as you can guess, yeah, the colors we are using for this as a palette is black, white, and gold. So there we go. What we're gonna have over here, you might be wondering, like, what is this she's holding? Is that a golden nugget? No, it's a chicken nugget. No, that would be good. Maybe I'm just hungry. But no, it's actually gonna be sand pouring out. And I didn't want to put that in the original sketch because I figured it'd be fun to kind of go in with like crazy brushes and stuff and just get a little more like the texture in there, you know, as it's falling down. If it would let me do that. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, kind of stuff like that, you know. Just to get a little more texture in it. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. That'll be a nice finishing touch. I'll just do a couple right now just so we can get it going. So what I want to watch out for though is I don't want them to be all the same, like the same width. And I'm just imagining like that sound in my head right now. It's and running. Alright, watch out for that. See, if you hold down shift before you like start making the next line, like let's say like I make a little dot, I hold shift, it'll automatically create a straight line between them, and it's going to automatically take into account pressure and opacity, you know, reactions to the pen pressure. So opacity and like size jitter. So that's why it's going from nothing to full. I'd have to like kind of press down really hard to get a more solid line. But watch out for that if you're trying to just draw like a bunch of straight lines, like shing. Yeah, this is all going super slow because I have a texture brush. But as you can see, yeah, sometimes you'll catch yourself in this little diagonal line. It's a little thing to watch out for, but yeah, watch out for it. It's not a big deal, but it can really mess it up. You're trying to do like a lot of straight like tiles on something, and just all of a sudden you see this little like diagonal line cutting across. It's like, bro, I didn't invite you to the party. Like, what are you doing here? Yeah, so cool. Let's go ahead and like since we are, I love how I'm like, yeah, this is like a final touch thing. Don't do it right now. Don't do it right now, and then we're just like doing it. So whatever. But something I do want to do is probably just create another layer behind and have like a darker color one just to give it a little more depth. And I wanted to kind of come in between some of these. Yeah, see, look, the little diagonal. God damn. Cool. Yeah, it needs to be smaller. And since I have these in the layers behind, I might even want to go a little darker just to really reinforce, like, okay, there's some on the far side right hand dripping down, some on the front. Just like, you know, darker color, it's really easy to tell like behind, you know, it's really nice to do that. Cool, wow, alright, sweet. So yeah, anyone just tuning in, hey, what's up? Thanks for coming out. Feel free to join in the chat here. I'll do my best to, you know, read the comments and stuff. If you do have a question for me, if you do me a favor and just do the little like @DinMoney, make it easier for me to notice them. And then yeah, happy Sunday, everyone. It's my first Sunday in a long time, so I'm loving it. Usually Sundays are kind of like my Friday, and I have like a crazy deadline. But not today, everyone. That's good. You know, it's got all the projects, everything. It's like everyone wants to get everything wrapped up before the holidays, so it's just been really hectic. Yeah. Awesome. Hey, live from Stua. Hey, thanks for coming out. And what up, King Manga? Thanks for coming out, man. So anyway, just tuning in. Hey, what's up? Thanks for coming out. Do a lot of character design stuff here. Feel free to give me that little follow, which is a little green heart down there. It would make my heart beat Doki Doki style. Okay, cool, nice, awesome. So we got a couple strands back there. If I was like speed painting, I might even like, you know, just take those same ones, copy them, expand, like, or like make them thinner, just to get a little more, yeah, transition. Nice. So I like that one thin one going through there. Excellent, excellent. Just to get some, you know, again, we're gonna be slowly building this. Like, since I have some shading on her, I want to get a little kind of lighting reflection in the background right now. Ooh, a lighting reflection. No, I didn't mean like literally like a reflection in the background. I just mean like just some subtle like gradation of light. So I'm going to use a radial blur right now. A radial blur, a radial gradient. Sorry, yeah, and I'm going to kind of just keep it, you know, maybe starting at her head, and I'm using the white to black, so it's going to be light to dark. So I click and just drag. I want to drag basically, as I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking, where do I want this gradient to end? Because you have to keep in mind where it begins up here, and then where you drag to is kind of like the whole, everywhere in the middle. So anything beyond this point where I'm at right now, this bottom, it's just going to be all black. So keep that in mind. So I want to kind of be like, okay, I definitely want the transition to cover her hand. You know, that'd be a good point to stop right there. Cool. Let's do that. Now, I know that's a little stark right now. Let's go ahead and start out an overlay so we can keep some of these little like engraving things in the background. Excellent. Excellent. That's a little better now. Nice. I want to go back in this little stroke. I want to just give some of that gold color to the line. This little line that's around here, sorry, that's what I'm doing right now. And I think because I have it in overlay, since everything's so dark behind it and it's not necessarily like super bright, it's gonna kind of it's not gonna give me this like glow that I want right there. So maybe we can try just either using like normal, or if we want to go really gnarly, we can try linear light. There we go. But again, we don't want to go too crazy, so I'm gonna lower the opacity just a bit. Maybe I can make it a little more yellowish. Sorry. Cool. Nice. All right, fine tuning. See, it's almost a little stark now. Cool. What is this for, Dinmany? This is for a just like a personal commission for someone. Just like a it is a custom because they wanted a portrait, but they wanted some like hand thing going on, so it's a custom one, but it is a commissioned art. Nice. They wanted a slightly Egyptian theme. Excellent. All right, cool. I think I'm ready to get back in the shading and stuff. Alright, so we have a little highlight on the hair. That was fun. Let's continue that. You know, let's just continue right from there. Awesome. He keeps it up and he'll have his Fridays on it. Dim streams on Sundays? Yeah, now I do, yeah. I try to join in on the super stream. Can't let the girls have all the fun. Oh, sweet, let's do it. Alright, so we're in this little highlight layer. Now when I'm doing this, I'm thinking, okay, the hair's coming straight down on the side of her face. This is kind of the highlight area. I like that. Okay, so now that kind of tells us anything that's going at this little angle is going to get a little light. So that means we want to show this hair kind of coming up a little bit because it has to funnel down into one of these little like cylinder little hair tubes. So I'll just use the lasso right now. And I'm going to curve it. I'm going to keep this bottom section a little, you know, not as curved up. I'm going to drag it way higher on the top sides of these. And in just a moment, we'll find out why. Gosh, Din, I don't have a moment. I'm a busy man. Well, geez. I mean, you're sitting there watching the screen. You have to have, like, one moment. Alright, I'll try to speed it up for you. Basically, because this is kind of going to reflect this same hairline up here, or the same reflection line, highlight line, whatever you want to call it. Basically, yeah. Right here, let me hide the selection. Dude, the selection's gone! You deselected it! No, I just hit the selection by hitting Command H. So it's still there. Look, we can pop it back. Pop it gone. But I just want to have a clear view when I do add this little highlight. Because I don't want to do it too much. Nice. See, it's very, very little. Why is it so little? You can see my brush is on 100%, the layer's on 100%, everything's 100%, but I do have it in an overlay, and because it is so dark underneath it, overlay is only going to kind of like bring up the reflection of the contrast so much, you know. I can't, even using this layer style, there's no way I can get it to go 100% to white. You know, it just doesn't work that way. You can't like, yeah, I don't know, you would need to use like a normal layer. If I put this in normal, you'll see how like bright it'll get. You know, it's like, so, you know, don't try to make a layer do stuff it can't do. Use them to, yeah, get the looks you want. Remember, slowly build up. Maybe that's today's theme. Slow build. Awesome. Good guy Dan teaching everyone I just said. Hey, I'm trying. What is this? Sweet. Yeah, King Monkey. Yeah, this is a just a personal commission, Egyptian style. Yeah, I already did. Okay, cool. I saw you asked it again. Alright, cool. Excellent. So I really want to get some different color variations in some of these little bracelets. And I'll kind of just use, you know, the drawing itself as inspiration on what to color what. And I'll kind of just... I'll try to think in my mind, like, okay, what would that look like dark? What would that look like light, you know? And again, we are limited this time on color. Like, we can only use black, white, and orange. So, it is, you know, it's going to be a little more challenging than being able to just add like a cool, like, wouldn't it be cool to add like that scarab like blue right now? It's like, oh, I want to do that so bad, but we can't. No. That's all right though. We gotta just, you know, work with what we got. So that's fine. That's fine.
So Drake was, he's asking, does he make those sounds all the time at the studio? I said all day, every day.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, for sure. Probably. Always. That's why I don't like them using headphones, because I need them to hear me. Oh, goodness. That's funny. Awesome. Yeah, excellent question, Drake. Thank you. I want to try something a little gnarly in the background. See if it'll work. Yeah, wasn't that crazy? Alright, so I know it's Sunday, I know everyone wants to chill. We're gonna get a little advanced and out of the box right now with something, and just try to stay with me, okay? It might freak you guys out, but just try not to freak out, okay? Stay with me because this is gonna be very, very subtle. Okay, so we have this little background art. Whoa, 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 whoa! Alright. That was okay to freak out that time. It wasn't supposed to go out of control like that on the screen. So if you freaked out for that, that was okay. But just try not to freak out when we do this next step. So I got this background little image, you know, of some kind of like actual Egyptian artwork, and like what I'd like is almost like kind of like some wall engraving kind of thing in the background. Yeah, this like painted stuff, it's cool, but then it has a lot of like, you know, true Egyptian like, you know, style to it. But like I would like to kind of just a little texture for the background so it pops her more. So I have this in an overlay layer. It's at 20%. I'm going to hit Command J, duplicate it, you know, or Control J if you're using PC. Now, this is where it's going to get a little tricky. I'm going to hit Command I. Boom. I said I'm going to hit Command I. Alright, there we go. Dan, it's gone! You didn't hit Command I, you hit delete! Actually, no, I did hit Command I, but because I inverted it, and it's an overlay, which interacts with the layer, like the colors below it, it's basically invisible now. Because basically it's like perfectly matched, like symbiotic, like equivalent exchange, you know, the white is canceling out the black, so it just turns into nothing right now. This is when it gets really fun. Okay, so we have nothing there, but we have everything there. So I'm going to I just hit V really quick to bring out the black arrow tool. And then now what we're going to do is I'm just going to nudge it down slightly. What? See that? Let's try nudging it up. I think that'd go better. Yeah. So now you guys see if you look really close, like really, really close. Now we can try making the opacity like a little higher, so it's easier to see. So bring it up to 30 each. See, isn't that cool? Now you can see it's like, what? It's like a wall engraving. All we gotta do is add some like stone texture, and whew, that's gonna look so cool, like so crispy. Everybody's gonna be like, whoa, Dan, like, how'd you go all the way to Egypt and carve out that piece of wall and put it in your picture? And it's like, oh, I didn't. I had Peachon go deliver that. Luckily, there's a screen lag. That's why it was here before she entered the door. But, yeah. Chill. What up, Peachon? Big Boss is in the house. Did everybody see her jacket when she walked in?
I don't think anyone saw it. It's too far away.
Yeah, I should see it. How could you miss it?
You probably should during the stream.
Yeah, I'll show it off then. So stay tuned.
Nice. But everyone, how cool is that, right? How cool is that little quick little whip, whip, whip? And if I was going to add some textures to that, maybe we could do it underneath them just so it's a little extra safer. Like first thing I'll do is I'll just grab like a quick like particle brush. You know, we'll just add just some quick, just kind of some dust, you know, just that little like noise. Maybe we can even make it bigger so there's like a little more like rock texture. And as I do this, like think of it kind of like a...
Maureen Yon says, I'm confused. Where's the light coming from? Is it behind her? But her hairstyle was shiny, so...
well, the lights... We're still in progress on that. We haven't really gotten started on the lighting yet, so don't... we're just talking about like the background texture right now. Yeah, the lighting is in its infancy right now. Yes, thank you though for the question, yeah. Don't you worry. So right now, yeah, I'm just adding some little speckledy to the background just because I want to get some like, I don't know, it's basically like, I don't want to say there's dust over everything and anything, but there kind of is, you know, it's like, clean the planet, bro! But it's like, yeah, there's no way you can clean like dirt, right? So, yeah, forgive me while I just sprinkle around right now and just pretend like, I don't know, you're like a kid finger painting or you're like Jackson Pollock, and I'm just like trying to be a little random with it, you know, just like moving the pen around. Alright, so that gets us a little sprinkledies. That's good. Next we can use something to get a little kind of like a little veiny in here. I'm gonna use a crazy, like almost like a twig brush, and you guys might recognize it like here. That might look a little familiar. We can use that one as a base. I'm gonna just space it out a little bit more. Let's throw on some transfer too. Great transfer on that, man. Oh, sick. Alright, cool. Now let's do that, and I'm just gonna use some white. Right now, since we are limited to colors on this, we'd have to just use like black and white on the background. Like it'd be really cool to use like some blues and maybe some like pinks to get that kind of like mineral kind of like texture in the rock. Because a lot of rocks, you gotta realize it's like all like minerals and stuff. So let me throw this in overlay too, because I don't want that coming on too strong. Remember, overlay is just like a great way to just naturally ease things in. Think of it like kind of yeah, I don't know, it's just like a natural, it has a more natural feel, because generally anytime you do anything traditional, it's like affected by whatever's behind it, you know, that kind of stuff. It's a nice like little glaze type thing. Cool. Alright, sweet. So yeah, we have some like textures in the back now. There's some little some rock action. Nice. We can go into that more. I can tell we'll get in, because I would like to get some actual like kind of like gold paint, maybe some effect on there, but we'll go into that later, right? I rated 10 out of 10, Din. Oh, thanks so much, man. That's awesome. Sweet. And then yeah, hello Marion. Thanks for coming in. What's up?
He was the one that actually asked.
I remember. I see it now. Yeah, awesome. Cool. Sweet. All right, so let's get back to her. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. So yeah, lighting wise, I'm thinking just like kind of just very general upwards. The background, it was cool. I think it's ready to get a little more just natural gradation in itself. So I'm going to take that original like overlay layer, and it was a radial overlay, and I'm just going to kind of drag it down a little bit, just so it's getting more of like a spotlight going down. Like it's kind of like pulling the light down a little bit more than just like a perfect circle up here. So that's too dark. Alright, cool. Alright, that's enough for me to get started with. I want to jump back to her for a little bit right now, because yeah, we need some, I think we're ready to lighten her some more now. And again, ease in the tension. I'm going to ease into all this stuff. Alright, it's a little strong, and again, I have a little like thumbnail up over here, so when you see me kind of glancing up there, I have a little like, I use the navigator to just show the thumbnail. And on the thumbnail that I'm seeing, it's like looking pretty freaking bright around her lipsies.
I think it's kind of cool. It stands out.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Okay.
Nice. Alright, so yeah, we're just going to go and start establishing some shadows. To answer the question, I'm thinking just kind of general overhead for the light, or maybe even like very like kind of spotlighty. I almost wanted to have a little bit of like a graphical sense maybe, but we'll see what happens. Cool. So as I grab this like brush right now, I'm going to try to use it and almost kind of have the size of this like soft brush reflect the actual like size of the hand right there, so that the natural fade of the brush is going to, you know, match the natural like curve of the side of her hand. Now I'm breaking in the hard softy brush. Dean, you're using too many brushes, I can't keep up. I know, it is a little crazy. I'm sorry. Just know that it's cool. It's not cool though, I don't understand. I know, you're right, I'm sorry. I'll try to slow it down a little bit. Right now I'm using a hard soft brush, where as you can see, if I just slash it on there, it's got one side's dark and one's light. Kind of know. One side is like a hard line, the other one just perfectly fades out. It's really nice for just yeah, I don't know, it's just great for a lot of things. You'll and I have this available on my Patreon if anyone wants that brush. It can be yours for only $1 a month. and then I will wipe it from your Photoshop. No, it's just, yeah, you just have forever. Unless you don't save it and you lose it on your own, then that's your problem. Cool. But yeah, I have all this available on my Patreon. Yeah, it's really good, really nice place. I have all my brushes there, and I'll release the PSD files and stuff too, if anyone's interested in that. The info is below. Nice. So as I'm going around shading these, I'm thinking kind of just generally, bottom side gets the shadow. You know, it's nothing like super crazy. Again, I'm not trying to do like some like crazy mood lighting or anything. This is yeah, actually we might get a little moody, but for right now, just generally what I've established is like, yeah, maybe the light's coming from kind of straighter overhead maybe. So this side will get a little, it will be a little different. Like that's why, you know, we might have the shadow on this side of like this plane right here on the fingers. It's now become like the dark side of the moon, you know, like the far side of the light. So those have to be have to get, you know, have to be a little darker. They can't pick up as much light. You know, it's almost kind of like you got to think like pool, or like, oh, swimming. I love swimming and painting. No, Jesus, no. All right, no, like pools and like pool sharks. You know, like at a bar, like playing pool. Get a little like geometry with it, and like, okay, if the lights come from over here, which planes, you know, would get the dark, which would get the light, you know, like that kind of stuff. And it's really fun, you know. It's like don't think of it like a stressful thing, like, oh god, I gotta get the light just right, like, oh dear, I suck, you know. It's like if I mess up one thing, you know, just kind of like slowly build it. You'll slowly find the light, and you'll live happily ever after with your paintings. You know, isn't that what we all want? Just a nice, fun painting experience. Cool. So again, anyone just tuning in, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. It's me, your good friend and humble host, Din to the Monies, and we are just now starting to do some lighting and shading on her. We're gonna start going in, getting the old paint wet. Let's fade out the line art a little bit right now. So yeah, thanks for the host, and anyone who's tuning in, if you like game art stuff, please give me a follow. I'd really appreciate it. If you're watching this on Facebook, thanks for hitting the little play button. But you are invited to come into the chat. You can say hello. There's a lot of good artists in there. Hey, what's up, Uber Joel? Thanks for coming out, man. And I might give you a shout out if you go in there. It is the highest honor you can get, is to receive a shout out from me, Din Money. So, you know, yeah. I wish.
Email reduced or is it? I don't know if it's because it's.
Yikes. Alright, so when I faded out the overlay, like you guys might have noticed that we kind of lost a lot of like the dark lines around her eye. It's kind of like, wait, what happened to her eye over there? You're not far off. Like, yeah, you guys saw it. Good eye. And that is a problem. You must be destroyed. Alright, she has some crazy makeup on right now. So you can tell I was trying to get Egyptian, you know, and but, you know, it's a very hard, like, because lately I've been trying to do, you know, get better at the whole, like, the smoky eye, if anyone's, like, familiar with, like, you know, like, actual makeup and that kind of stuff. But Egyptian style makeup, no, it is not. They're, like, smoky eye. What? Yeah, I don't have a good Egyptian accent yet, so forgive me. Just imagine I'm saying it well, but there's, like, smoky eye. No, it's, like, cool lines, like the Eye of Ra. That's the cool eye makeup. You know, at least in this kind of, you know, graphical sense. Yeah, so that's why I want it to be super strong dark lines right there. Hey, what up, twin? Thanks for coming out, man. Excellent.
I'm complimenting you right now.
Ah, thank you, man. I'm really trying.
The shirt he's wearing really makes him look like a really kind guy.
Oh, I am a kind guy. Thank you, guys. You all are so kind to me.
Hey, it's Kiki.
Nice. Kiki? What? Thanks for coming out, Kiksies. Sorry. Thanks for coming out, Kiki. Awesome. If you are the same as Kiki from Artists. Yeah, oh, sweet. Hey, sweet. Thanks for coming out. Awesome. Yeah, you can finally come. This is, yes, I usually don't get oh, sorry, not usually, but I haven't got to in a while. It's been very, very sad for me. And I'm sure you all missed me as well. Yeah, I've been like so busy I haven't been able to join in on any of the cool streams. I felt like I was like Rudolph, you know, and like I couldn't join in any of the reindeer games. I guess I felt like Ben Affleck then. And, sorry. That's like, yeah, nobody knows what that movie is for good reason. Chill. Cool. Yeah, right. Cool. All right, so let's go and keep moving on. Let's add some textures on here. Daniel, we're supposed to do the lighting. I know, but I slowly build that stuff. I want to get some of these other kind of details out of the way. Nice, and I'm just using the Bevel and Emboss feature on Photoshop, and it's going to be a good starting point to kind of give an idea of the contrast level I'm going to need for the metal, that kind of stuff. Hell yeah, dude, I love metal. Dude, you guys didn't say that. I was hoping you would say that. Only I like metal here. Chill, cool. And right now it's probably thinking, wow, Dan's like, it already comes out shaded. How are you just like, I can see the black color key over there, but it's somehow turning gold. Does everything you draw turn to gold? Pretty much, bro. No, I'm just kidding, I wish. No, I have this actually on a fill layer, so it's, no matter where I paint, it's gonna automatically just be the whatever colors below. Ah, there's worms in her skin! Don't forget, you guys, I was just demoing what it actually looks like when I'm drawing right now. Cool. And again, anyone's tuning in, hey, what's up? Thanks, Cohen. I see someone, yeah, Reindeer Genji, yeah, awesome. Cool. Yeah, anyone just tuning in, thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it. If you keep giving me that little follow, I'd appreciate it even more. Then we are drawing this, basically, walk like an Egyptian. This is a personal commission for someone. And it is supposed to be kind of a limited color palette thing. Ha! I only draw unlimited. Well, I know, me too usually, but sometimes it is kind of cool to have, like, you know, some little constraints on stuff. Hey, sorry, I want these to be a little more precise than they are. Cool. Yeah, and if you guys couldn't guess, what are the colors that we're limited to on this one? Yep, you guessed it. Black, white, and green. You guys fell for that. No, it's black, white, and orange. But nice try. Cool. Excellent. Sweet. Cool. So right now when I want to use this bevel and emboss, it's kind of just, yeah, it's going to really help with that. Because, you know, I was thinking, we're allowed to use orange, so I thought it'd be cool to contrast all the metal and that stuff. It's going to have this really nice, like, orange gold shine. And that's going to really reflect, like, the softness of her skin. So hopefully we can get, like, a very, like, dramatic, you know, difference in, like, kind of materials here. And it'll take a little time. But again, what I'm doing right now is really going to help with that. Just because it's going to already establish kind of some colors for the metal that I want to use, and like a contrast level. Because, yeah, we could do a lot with this bevel and emboss, and it's going to take it really far. But, you know, we want it to be super awesome in the end, so it's going to be up to us to really finish it. I'll try to color in that little bead with the color. Works okay.
Joe posted something.
Cool. Yeah, if anyone's drawing something right now, feel free to, you know, network in the chat, post it, get some feedback. If anybody uses Line app, we actually have a little like chat room we've had for a while. If anybody wants to join in, it's a lot of fun. It's a good place to kind of get some feedback on your work before you post online, that kind of stuff. Network with some other artist friends, and there's super cool like art stickers in there, like all these cool anime ones. Anime? Nice. And what I want to try and do is, like, this is all in the same layer, but hopefully if I use it kind of differently, like if I do some thick and some thin, it will kind of have like a cooler, you know, it'll look like a lot of different stuff. These are really rough. I probably won't keep that, but we'll see. Like having super, like an example is having these super thick ones right here, and then having some horizontal, like some more rectangular, like longer ones, and these little dots in the middle. Like you can really vary it a lot. Like, you know, if this was like concept work, you know, you could. This is a really great tool to speed up the process. Like you don't have to worry about being super clean. You could just blah, 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 gesture in some stuff, and it'd be really, really cool. Here I want to be a little more precise, but we can still, you know, we're still pretty good. Just gonna add a little bit in that dark zone. I have to be really careful though to not let them touch. Basically like Ghostbusters, like you don't want to touch the streams. Well, why? Is it gonna blow up Photoshop? It might. You know, just trust me on it. Just don't do it. No, actually, what'll happen is it'll kind of join the two embossments, and you'll see it kind of just changes the shape. Like it's really noticeable on these when it comes together. It's like, eek. We don't want that to happen. You know, if I wanted to be super, you know, it's better than that. Let's try something else. Let's just delete those. Watch out for these little fragments left over. We can try something right now. Just, you know, just for S's and G's. I'm gonna grab a brush, and this one will do fine. Let me show you guys what I'm doing, so you can get to grasp. Alright, cool. So I got this. It's just basically a rectangle brush. Let's just mess with the settings on it right now. And when I say mess with the settings, I'm gonna change the spacing, and the width's probably good. I'll go and test it down there. Should be fine. Cool. Yeah, isn't that gonna be cool? You guys got a glimpse of it. Nice. Maybe I'll start it off outside the clipping mask. Since this is all on the clipping mask, I know if I start it on the outside and work my way in, it should go okay. Alright, that's not working too good. Let's go a little more safe with it, because I want to be able to just kind of like run past it. Like I don't want to have to like try to stop it at a certain point. I just want to be able to go just go straight. Ugh. There we go. That's a little better. Nice. Cool. And again, stuff like that really great for concept arty. Let's say it's like oh, it's a little too straight. We could even take it and warp it and really like mess with it if we want to really reinforce that it's on a curve. And the way I'll do that is kind of just match the top of all these little rectangles with the curve of basically like the closest thing that you can use as a reference. Like if I was using the bottoms, I would try to make them all even from these circles. If I'm going from the top, I'm going to make all the tops even with this little darker like line up there. Alright, that's fine enough. It's a little wonky, but that's alright. We can go in and liquefy it at the end. Actually, let me try fixing it really quick. And how I'm doing this right now is I have I say Command T, transform, and then I'm right clicking. Whoa, slow down, partner. And then I'm right clicking and then just going to warp or a control click, and that'll bring up the menu if you're using a Mac. Yeah, it's cool. Din is ancient. Yeah, right. I've never heard him do any weird noises before. That's funny. Cool. So, alright, well, since we made that top one have kind of squares, I think it's only fair that the bottom of her bracelet gets that same detail. What? And again, I'm trying to have a little bit of curve, like when I draw the line, I'm trying to mimic that just a little bit, you know. Again, you can only do so much, but yeah, it just even just that little bit helps speed it up a little bit more. Like basically, the number one way to boost like the power and the speed is well, not the number one, but like yeah, one of the hugest ways is to kind of think about your pen strokes before you make them. You know, and like the power of the pen stroke. Like if you watch like Artgerm, like I haven't seen any of his recent tutorials. I remember he'd always talk about how it's like, yeah, you want to be the most efficient as you can be with your pen strokes, and try to use as few as possible. And I always thought that was like very good advice, especially because he was talking about it when he was releasing those like samurai pictures. Hey Grisha, thanks for the follow. Especially when he was doing those samurai pictures, so it was basically like samurai style. I was like, dude, this guy paints like a freaking samurai. It's just like no wasted cuts. Like, oh, and I was just like, dude. Yeah, so I try to do that too. Try to evoke your samurai instinct. And I know you guys are thinking, does she have nose hair? No, we're not gonna draw nose hair on her. Alright, we'll draw one really quick, just because I was a fan of Genshiken. Okay. What's one without two? Ew. Alright, so then let's just leave that there, and then let's wait for someone to come into the stream and then be like, why does she have a nose hair? And then everyone just be like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, there's no nose hair. Like, you're seeing things. We'll just label that nose hair. Cool. Alright, so that'll be our little joke right now. Well, we can tell who comes in late. Alright, sweet. I'm liking that. Maybe in the end we'll be like, you know what? Nose hairs are the new no nose hairs, and we'll just leave it in there. Alright, it's overlay. Again, let's talk about an overlay. A little situation just happened right now. Pooh, situation alert. Really quick before I go into situation alert, I'm just going to do a quick mic reset. Cool. Which it'll probably get cut off when I say that, but it's alright. Alright, cool. Hopefully the mic's back up right now. Let's go into... Okay, what are we going to do? Oh yeah, situation alert right now. I want to add a little shadow from under her eyelashes right now. Dude, you're crazy. Don't touch her eye. Alright, when I do that, you see, I'm pressing down like maximum, and it's just casting like just a little bit. It's like it's not really, it's hard for me to get like, basically there's no way I can ever get dark there. And remember before when we were highlighting the hair, and it's just like, yeah, there's no way we can get that white. It's always going to be kind of dark since the base color that it's on is so dark. Same thing when it's too light. There, the eyeball. Alright. Sorry. I freaked out that time, you guys. If her eyeball's like too white, and I'm trying to overlay on it, it's just not going to work because it's too white. It doesn't have anywhere to go. So we'll just create a new layer. Choose normal black. There we go. Dude, that looks exactly the same. I know, but this time I wanted it to look that way. The other way, it's like I didn't have control over it, and it would look that way no matter what. It's the principle of the matter. I tell the drawing what to do. The drawing doesn't tell me what to do. Unless it's like, hey, do this. This would be really cool. And I'm like, dang, I should have thought of that. Let's just pretend that it was my idea, that little mistake. So, cool. So how's my two favorite girls in the world today? My lovely studio mates. I haven't got to thank them for modding out there.
Okay.
Nice.
Thanks for asking.
Nice. Yeah, what nose hair is live from? Oh god. Yeah, there's I don't see any nose hairs. There's just no way there would be nose hairs on one of my pictures. Especially not catching the light so perfectly. Let's give it a little layer effect. Nah, just kidding. Yeah, we did. Alright. Good eye. Good eye live. That was the test, actually. Yeah. Alright, good job. Live, we knew you were left, so we did that to make sure that, what's that?
We knew you left instead of you were left.
Oh, sorry, we knew that you left. So we wanted to do a little test for when you came back, to see if you would notice. So thank you, and you passed the test. You know, it takes courage to stand up to your enemies, but it takes another kind of courage to point out someone's nose has. 5 points to Gryffindor. Alright, cool. So what I'm doing right here, this is maybe a little more on the advanced side. I'll try to explain it quick so you don't get lost and it's even more confusing. Alright, I just made a selection of where basically a little area I want to work with. Because I want to shade in this little smudge behind the nose. Let me use the black arrow key so you can see it. This little smudge over here. Dan, that's just a little smudge. Why are you obsessing over it? Well, it's my job. Alright, so I'm going to take that. I just made a little selection. I'm going to use the smudge tool. I'm going to use just a very soft one. I'm just going to smudge it in under the nose. Basically, it's like sweeping it under the mat. No one's going to know about it. Awesome. Think of it just like, you know, it's like a dead cat at your grandma's house. Like, do you want to tell her about it, or you just kind of just sweep it under there and just, you know, have a nice visit? Excellent. All right. It's a little better. Still little bits here and there. But yeah, again, thank you for noticing the nose hair thing. That was good. Hopefully everyone's safe now. Cool. Sweet. Alright, cool. Let's start. I want to add a little more, like, define her kind of like cheek a little bit. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I remember that too. Twin, that was every single moment of my life. Nah, I'm just kidding. He said that you gave me a mean look when you were drinking.
Oh.
Yes, yeah.
Me?
Yeah, you're the only one that turns into an angry drunk.
I
JK.
thought it was Peachan that turns into.
What are you talking about?
I think that was Leah.
Oh, really?
No,
No, he
that was
says
Drake said it was Leah.
No.
Twin says,
One
yeah,
of you's lying.
Well,
yeah.
Twin Tower says, well, I do remember Jesse didn't.
Okay.
Twin would never lie though.
I don't get mean when I drink. It's quite the opposite. I would have given him that look sober.
Yeah.
So you're mistaken. So,
Yeah.
Twin? No. Twin, you don't remember? You're not thinking straight. You know, I'm the nice one. I think I'd remember looking at someone mean. That's
Yeah,
like the
oh,
worst thing you can do. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Peachon has a different mean look, but yeah, she has one.
See, I don't look mean. I'm just...
I am
it's just filled,
mean.
I don't have eyes full of meanness. It's meanness. It probably was Jessica. I mean, everyone's made that face to Din, so I don't know.
It's just common business practice around here. I'm so lucky to work with you, Peaches.
Great twist.
Chill, you girls are so funny. Alright, I think it's almost like her cheekies are a little puffy to me. And then, so I'll just do like one little thing and then just kind of like hop over to another. Like, I don't know, some of these contrasts are just way too much for me. I seriously want to just like fade both this out slightly. Just a little better. Chill. Again, the theme for today, or at least not for today, just for my portion of this little stream, slow build up. Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't be sleazy. Or I don't know. That's probably not the song. All right, so let's talk about how I'm gonna shade these.
That was Drake with goat. The greatest of all time, Peachan.
Yep. Yes.
Yes. Chill. Alright, so while we're all debating on who gave who what mean look, I'll talk a little bit about shading metal right now. And the way we're gonna shade metal and anything kind of like shiny is you show that with the transition between the dark to light. And basically you show it by the lack of transition with metal, really, because it is like yeah, there's like no transition. It goes basically like very hard light to dark, like there's no kind of middle ground. Yeah, I'll fade it this way, but as you can see, when it has that stark, it goes a light and then stops, that's really gonna give it that metal, yeah, that like death metal kind of look. I'm just gonna add a little dark just for like a little reflection of stuff, and then we can even add a little light just to have even more reflection. But again, the main key is there's no like skin is gonna have a lot of subtle transitions because light's hitting it. It's like going into the skin and it's like flowering in there. It's kind of like making like, you know, it's interacting with the skin because it's kind of like translucent a little bit. Metallics or anything shiny, you know, like hair, it's gonna just be like shoom, it's gonna reflect a lot of it. Definitely metals more than hair, but still, you know, any kind of shiny surface, that's the way you want to kind of show that. It does take a little bit of Well, you have to be a little ballsy. I don't know how else to put it. Like, you have to have guts to do it, though. It's kind of scary sometimes. Like, it's like, but I mean, there's just this like line there. Like, it's so weird. Like, sometimes when you do it, like sometimes when I'll be doing it, it's like you kind of have to really just like trust in the principles of the drawing and just be like, all right, I'll do this. I sure hope it works out. And you know what? It does in the end. You know, as you can see, like it's you have to be a little bold, just to have the shading just stop halfway through something. It's just like, what? You're crazy. Basically. Alright, so I want to move, I'm going to try and move this shading layer up here, shading layer, this bevel and emboss layer, just because I know if, like, when I use overlays, another good thing about overlays, it's going to preserve any kind of, like, texture or anything underneath, to a point, you know, but versus if I use, like, a normal layer and I highlight this, it's going to immediately just go over everything. I'm going to lose the little, like, bevel and embossments on there. So, you know, you might have to do it by hand. Yeah, that means I'll have to kind of just manually cover all those little sections. It's not the most glamorous and easiest, but it's like, that'll get the gist of it. Let's add a little more, let's get some dark. See, again, it's like, to go dark right there, it's like, what? You're crazy! Yeah, but you know, you gotta do it. It is crazy though. And it'd be really cool to have some like blue reflecting on the other side. That'd like be the best, you know. But in this case, you know, we are limited to our color palette, so gotta do what we gotta do. That's all right though. We're still having a blast. Awesome. I would like to separate something really quick. I want that little finger to totally like, I want it to be a little different because it is like covering. Chill. See, that's something I would really like. Maybe I'll just make that super dark. Let's try that. Because it stinks, you know, I can't have another color there. But that doesn't mean we can't do something with that. So what if we kind of take what we learned from that background? Remember so long ago when we had to texture that background? Well, gee, Dan, I don't know. That was a long time ago. Well, try to remember. Okay, you guys, come on. This isn't, you know, it's not like we're talking about rocket science here. It is kind of crazy, though. There's a lot to think about. So anyway, we'll use some of that little, that we learned from that. And I'm basically going to do that same kind of, like, texture on here. And I don't have this in an overlay, do I? Yeah, so that's why it's interacting so strong. Let's put it on overlay. Okay, cool. Now, okay, so now it kind of has a little, ooh, is that marble? Oh my gosh, cool. Has a little bit of that. Maybe we can get a little bit more just to, I just want like, almost like one like kind of streak going all the way across it. So I'm just looking for a crazy like brush to do that with. Here we go. Just something to really enforce the just the overall like shape of it. And if I have things cutting all the way across it, you know, I'll use the line I already have from that brush. You know, I'll just kind of continue it. Cool. When I have those going around, it's going to help like kind of show the overall shape a little bit better. You know, because if something cuts all the way across and you can have it curve slightly, this one's pretty straight on, so it's a little harder to do that. But like an example would be like curves that are coming around the form, like on the. Alright, cool. I almost want to make it a little darker. A teensy-weensy bit darker. Just because the background's so dark there, I need it to pop a little bit more. And I think we're just going to have to, like, light the hell out of it. And again, we can maybe take what we learned about the background. We already learned that. I know. You didn't let me finish. And take what we learned about shading the metal and have this be kind of like a shiny marbly little finger thing. Nice. Okay, cool. Nice. See, now it's a little more shiny. It's not drifting into the background anymore. Yeah, the little orange outline isn't maybe helping as much as it used to be. Maybe we should fade that out a bit. Okay, cool. Sweet. Alright, cool. Cool. Awesome. Again, anyone just tuning in right now, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming out. It's me, your humble host and good friend, Din of the Monies. And yeah, we're just working on this Egyptian lady, this, fine specimen. Maybe we can give her like dark fingernails. I think that'll help kind of bring some attention. Because again, we do have one color we can use for this, but the majority of it is like black and white or grayscale. So contrast is like paramount for us to be thinking about.
They're really digging the yellow lipstick trick.
Oh, cool. Thanks, man. Thank you. Awesome, yeah. Appreciate it, dude. Hell yeah. So let's make these like super dark. By super dark, I mean like maybe 80 to 90% depending on it. Sometimes you can go full black, but I would hold off on that again just because once you go full blast in any direction, dark or light, you don't really have any place to go like that. Hey, thanks for the yeah, thanks Drake. Glad you like the lip color. Yeah, I wanted to go with like a crazy like very like heavy painted lipstick. Or makeup in general. The guys all makeup's just like lipstick. I don't even know what you call that other stuff. So yeah, let's get I noticed we kind of neglected a little bit of shadowing on her hair right here. And if anybody wasn't there for when we shaved the first one, it's a great time to talk about that now. So as you can see, I'm going to be keeping the bottom line of this fairly flat, and then I'm pulling up a lot higher on the other sides of it, on the top, the area towards the top. And again, why I'm doing that is because then why? That's why. Alright, because the bottom is kind of where it's going to be curving, and again, going back to what we learned about metal and the background, rock texture, no, and other shiny objects is like hair, hair has shine to it. That means it's going to have kind of a transition between where it gets bright and it's going to get cut off and go to dark very quickly, not have a slow transition everywhere like on the face. Cool, so we got a little hair highlights right there. Ain't that just very pretty? Cool. Let's just get a couple more down here. And I'm drawing these in with the selection tool. You can just do these by hand or however you like to shade this stuff. I mean, it truly is just like a stylistic thing what I'm doing right here. So, yeah, you don't have to feel obligated to do this. But do keep in mind the principles of where the lighting on shiny objects kind of fades, it gets sharp, it goes light to dark very quickly. Now let's kind of continue this down here. This one, since it is such a huge long piece, I'm gonna try to bring I'm gonna try to have the top areas be super long as well, so I can have a really cool transition between the top and bottom. And it'd be cool if I could have it kind of fading in from underneath this other one. Help kind of bring a little depth between it maybe. Excellent. That was a little too repetitive. That's alright. What's that? Yeah. Sorry, I'll move that up a little bit. Let's see here. Yeah, that's a little better now. Okay. I can easily just like kind of like chop through one of them. There we go. See, simple as that. Easy enough. Just when in doubt, just cut through some stuff. Yeah. Settle it with force. Awesome. And again, these where there's like this one is kind of a weird example. Just hair will naturally have some kind of shine because it's gonna reflect something through your eye trajectory at a certain point. But again, where it definitely will, like for certain, is when there is like little bends in it and that kind of stuff. So again, where it's kind of bending on her hair, where it kind of hits the shoulder, starts going back in another direction. That's a great point for you to know, like, oh, okay, that's where I should start reflecting the hair. Like, that's a good spot to put a highlight. Nice. And again, I want her hair super dark, so that's why we're going very, very hush hush, subtle with these highlights. We can always kind of like double them up if we want to later. Maybe just add it on just screen. So only when you use screen, it means only the light's gonna come through. Super bright. That's too much. You guys are crazy. Yeah, let's just hold that off. Cool. So I'm just looking through these layers here. Okay. Well, it looks like we did some of the highlights in not the correct layer, but that's alright. That's alright. Usually bungee corded to the wall so it can't move. Nice. You learned it up against the wall too. Nice. That's funny. Yeah, guys, hopefully everyone's ready for Christmas. Yeah.
You're not talking about Christmas tree.
Nice.
Oh, they use bungee.
Nice. Alright, cool. Well, see, even though I drew some stuff in other layers, that's no problem. I'm not gonna, you know, don't ever cry. Nah, that's fine. We can just create a new layer, super easy, and I can just use that to let's overlay again. And I'm gonna keep using some overlays just because I know it's gonna increase the contrast of this. Like, and again, it's not gonna go too crazy on me, man. Awesome. Let's get a little highlight on her hair. I mean her face. See, I'm looking, and I'll quickly toggle layers on and off to get kind of a feel for them before I dive into it. Just because, again, like what we just did is a perfect example of it's easy to kind of just go into the wrong layer, and then you're just like, gosh darn it, I spent all that time on there, not in here. And we don't want you just mumbling into like rambling or nonsense. We want precision. Yeah, and that when I did, sorry, where I was going with that, sorry, I kind of rambled off there. Yeah, you want to kind of try to use some of the layers. Like, if you can have a little, like, kind of sense to your layers, it will help you out in the long run just to keep the file size down. And it is kind of nice for navigation purposes. Like, you can know it's like, oh, okay, in this layer I'll have, you know, all the highlights, and I'll just kind of know, oh, this is a normal layer. Oh, okay, this is a overlay layer. And it'll help me kind of like know, you know, which parts or like which aspects of the shading are in that particular area. And I'm using the hard softy brush right now, so, and I'll just combine that with like lassos. If there's any point where it's like, you know, I don't know how to shade that like cleanly, try using a lasso. It'll help you out. It should help you out a lot. Nice. And even some of these little parts down here, I'm still gonna kind of, you know, respect their general like shapes and like kind of like rules, even though it's way down here. Yikes! Look how bad that was. I missed that spot, and this like ruins everything. Cool. So this is a little cylinder, so it's kind of weird, but yeah, the shading would be on the bottom side. So. Cool. We could add a little cast shadow from this stuff if we wanted to get super nuts with it. Okay, sorry, kind of it's getting a little weird on me. All right, chill. This big open spot, I'm just gonna add like one huge selection of it.
We're talking about Star Wars.
What? Awesome!
I guess Kiki's gonna watch it.
Nice, you're lucky, Kiki. I am jelioso. Alright, I'm just gonna try shading down a little bit on this. I want this to kind of mesh back a little bit more. So I really do want the focus to be on, you know, her eyes and then the falling sand. Those are kind of what the client requested. So I don't want to put too many highlights, anything down there, just because it could really, you know, again, there's kind of like proper lighting, and then there's kind of, you know, story lighting, so to say, to where you're trying to, like, you know, guide the eye, that kind of stuff. And as artists, like, it's up to us to know when to make adjustments just to fit the purpose of whatever we're drawing. Alright. Could you turn off my little coffee thing for me? Sorry. Cool. Sweet. Alright, cool. Cool. Let's get some highlights on her shoulder right here. I almost want to try to get like a little that skin tone, kind of like patchy highlight maybe. It's tough though, it's tough. I always want to do it, but then I'm like, checking out the last minute. It's like, I can't do the skin texture, it's too hard. It never comes out quite the way like I want it. We'll try it here though, we'll try it. I have like a brush that I made almost for like a snake skin, like a. You see that? Like if I press like hard, look kind of cool, like for like a little snake stuff. But maybe if I use it right, I'll kind of get that little skin particle-y, like skin bump. Yeah, that's all right. I'm gonna have to use it very small though. And what's cool, like, yeah, brushes, like if you use them right, you can use them on a lot of different stuff. Alright, I want to go back to the lipstick right now. It's a little too crispy. Let's see, maybe we can soften that up a little bit. I know LS Drake really liked it, so when you have someone like, let's just pretend LS Drake was my art director right now, or a client, and if you were like, alright, I sent him out this color rough, and it's like, hey, I really like the way this part of it's coming out right now, or I sent him some sort of in progress part, or like, you know, view of the piece, and they're like, hey, I really like that one part. You might know, it's like, okay, well, that part's like, you know, maybe not all the way done yet or whatever, or whatever happens to where you might get an idea to maybe do it better in your mind. That doesn't mean that, like, you know, the client's gonna like it. So as a safety measure, for me, just like a good thing to do is just create a duplicate of that layer, you know. So no matter what I do with the lips now, I can always just be like, alright, you know, we'll just go back, you know, like, so, or let's say I do something and I send it to, you know, my art director, LS Drake, and he's like, yeah, it's cool, I like everything, but I really liked the way you had the lips before, you know, like what the heck, why'd you change that? Like, you don't want to be like, well, sorry, man, like, that was, those lips were, like, only in that stage, like, I had this cooler idea, like, you're dumb, you should like my idea, you know, and it's like, you can't do that. You want to be like, you know what, you're right, I was trying that, thank you though, hey Matt, thanks for the hosting, what up, dude? You know, you want to be like, kind of like, oh, okay, you know, hey, no problem, I've got that one in this other layer, let me just go and fix that for you. And they'll be like, oh, okay, thanks, gosh, you're such a great artist to work with. That's what we want. Cool. Sweet, cool, yeah, rock and roll. You know, and I wanted to mess with those lips, but it's like, when I touch them, I just wanted to fade that out just a little bit. And then I almost want to darken the top lip just a little bit, just because, you know, I'll desaturate it slightly. I just want to get like the bottom lip popping a little more, because technically, like, the bottom lip gets a lot more light than the top one would. Sorry, I just got an even crazier idea I wanted to try right now. Let's do it. You guys are witnessing magic right now. Ooh, I've got another. I'm getting so many ideas right now. I'm freaking out. Okay, what I want to do is basically, there's a very small little line on the top of the top lip that does get some light. Like, basically, so you do get that lip color with a little bit of light. And that's a, you know, it's a wonderful spot. You know, so it'd be cool if we could get some of that. And I think I have an idea. If I go to the original line work, as you can see there's a slight gray line right here. Since I have that in overlay, what if I invert that? It didn't do that much, but you can see it did get a little highlighter right there. So maybe I'll go back and we can just manually paint that in a little more. You know, I think we might have to manually go in and move the lip up a little bit. Put on your plastic surgery gloves, guys, because we got to go in there and do some major augmentation. So I want to be very subtle with it. Right, now we can go back in the lip layer. Let's try that out. I'm just going to use the smudge tool and just smudge it up right now because I do want it to be soft. And again, I'm doing this very gently. Okay. Whew. Yeah, it's okay. I think the highlight actually, the one part that we did get some highlight from the line art is like the one part of it that's like not working for me. That's alright though. Yeah, okay, so I want to get a little more like highlight right there. Just where the lip, like, cause there's, sometimes, I don't know, like some, lips are crazy. Like, let me just start this off saying that, like, some, like, girls, like, it's just such, like, a very interesting spot right here, and you can get such, like, an upturn. As you guys can see, I'm going for a very, like, stylized thing with this whole, like, just the way I painted the nose, or drew the nose in, very upturned. You know, I want to get, like, a cool, I don't know, I guess stylized, very, like, ooh, kind of look for it. And then, like, yeah, the lips right there. Oh, it's such a very interesting spot. Like, you can have this crazy upturned angle. Nice. So I'm gonna get a little highlight in. Anytime you can add a highlight on the eye. If you can have the highlight kind of like breaking the iris a little bit, it's a good idea. Like, just do it. It looks really nice. So I want to get a little more highlights in here. Anyone just saw that right now? That was I have a little like break time software, so I can rest my hand. Or not rest it. I had to like stretch it out and stuff. Cool. My buddy cosplays the time. Cool.
I was just talking about the guy that we saw at the convention where he was wielding around that lightsaber. From the other
cool.
guy. It's not
Oh yeah. Oh man, yeah. Listen, that was a dick. Alright, cool. Sweet. Alright, so I want to get a little highlight up in her face a little bit more. And again, like, you know, kind of there's certain spots on the face, like again, like the lip, the nose, like around, yeah, like mouth, and like around the eye. There's just like a very like a lot of intricacy as far as like angles and that kind of stuff. So they can pick up light like really, it's very interesting on the spots that will pick up the light. Let's get some highlights on her eye right here. Nice. Cool, yeah, so basically what I was talking about is like there's this little pocket almost like right near your front like tear duct little area. And there's just such like a little swoop-y in there that it really picks up light like really hard. Like a good artist to kind of reference for that is like Loish. Like she knows like she's really good at like picking up the certain little like highlight spots on the face. So she's a great reference for that if anybody's curious. Oh. Sorry again. And right now I've got like some tones down, and it's kind of, you guys probably heard me mention this before. It's bounce house time, and I'm just gonna be like kind of just really just like bouncing around right now. And yeah, what does that mean? I just noticed that I want to have like some sand right now. I started getting some of the sand right here. And I'm just using a particle brush, and I'll just, you know, nothing too fancy right there. It's basically used a particle brush and just used it like crazy. So now there's like some like sand, little sand texture. Maybe I'll leave the bottom a little fade out, just so it's kind of like, the top, you see the green, and then, I don't know, it's really, like, kind of, like, visually appealing to me when, like, artists know they can just add, like, a little bit of texture, and then it fades to, like, nothing on stuff. Like, they know, this is the only spot that you really need to see the texture. The rest, it'll kind of, like, fade out. Like, it's, so nice when I see that. And, so that's something I always try to try I never really able to pull it off, but you know, slowly learning, right? Okay. Wondering what to do with this little like wing ear thingy, a little earring. I'll just shade around it and then we'll go back and maybe that'll let me know how I want to shade it. I need to give her some cooler earrings. It's like, oh, cool, look at this hair thing, and then I kind of just like brain farted down there or something. She's like, okay. That's alright though. We can add some more. No problem. Wish I had a nice like little base color for that, but that's alright. I'm just gonna grab. I had all these jewelry in a separate layer, and I'm just gonna duplicate and just drag it up, just so I can grab like that same color and just add to it. So right now I should be able to just, you know, add some little rings on here. And again, it doesn't look like it's blending in perfectly, but that's just because it doesn't have some of these other like kind of lighting on it. Like it is below like the line art layer and this other stuff, so keep that in mind when you are adding in extra details. Like it might take a little extra work to integrate them. Okay. Alright, now I want to try something on this this wing. I'm just trying to try separating the little like areas of feathers, or where these like, you know, design feathers. Cool. Okay. Just to give a little separation there. Yeah, I need something else. Like I think we might need to mess with the colors of it a bit. I think that's the number one thing for me anyways on it. Let's just try separating these back ones from the front ones. Just right there. Let's just bring these down a little darker. Alright, Kiki, hey, thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it. Yeah, have a good one. Yeah, rock and roll. Sorry, I just got a crazy idea to go white with it. It's like, what? Maybe that'd be nuts. Maybe we can go like super dark with this one. Nah, that's not gonna work. Alright, let's try it. Things are happening right now. That's good. Alright, that's dark. Let's try going super light with this one. And sometimes for me it's like, yeah, I just gotta like mess around with stuff for a little while, and then it's just like, boom, like that's it. Let's go with that one. And I'll just leave that layer I duplicated and brought up there. I just left it up there so I can. Sometimes if it is like kind of like a super specific palette thing with a bunch of other stuff, like I'll have a little like palette layer with just a bunch of little dots of the color to quickly grab. I don't have that right now though. That's all right though. Okay. Now what if maybe it's like just the tips were gold? Let's try that. Jesus, stop zooming in. Sorry, okay, I got another crazy idea. The ideas just keep coming right now. Alright, cool. Let's try this. Let's try this. It's like an idea machine. Cool. Yeah, there you go. Alright, cool. What I did there was I used this selection I already had from this little like from the little bevel and emboss layer, and I just used that and I just filled in the base color layer, because this bevel and emboss layer is like relying on nothing underneath. Like, so there's no it's gonna be whatever colors below it. That's why I needed to. That's why I needed to fill those in. Sorry, that's where I was going with that. Cool. Yeah, this is a little complicated, but I needed this. I'm just gonna use a smudge tool. I'm just gonna smudge up some of these little gaps right where the wing was. Okay, cool. Nice. Trying to get a little light in there. Now I think I want to get a little dark now. Well, let me save this. Jesus Christ, we haven't saved like this whole time. Very bad phone. Yeah. Alright, cool. Yeah, right? Right. Peachon said we're living on the edge. And you know that's crazy if Peachon's saying it. Alright, cool. So now, remember when we did the little highlight layer? I'm going to kind of do the same thing, but now I'm trying to almost, yeah, we're going to use it to get darks right now. And the reason why I'm using the little lasso thing is just because, I don't know, it allows you to kind of get a little more interesting with the shapes. Like I can basically, like, the more things you can combine in Photoshop, like the cooler the look's gonna look. I don't know, for me. And I can combine this with, you know, like a soft brush, and it's gonna give me this like really cool look. Well, I don't know, Dan. I'll just have to trust you on that one. I don't see it. Well, I know. Just trust me. Just trust me. That's all I ask. And again, I'm kind of taking the same principles. I'm thinking about where I want it to fade out from, and I'm having a lot of extra room up there. Thinking out where I want it to fade down to. That's good enough to start doing some fades right now. Alright, so yeah, it's nice seeing all those little dotted lines. Let's go ahead and erase that. And now I'm just going to paint in with the softy brush, or hard softy. And you see I can kind of just glaze through, and it's only going to shade in just those selections, so I can really kind of like, not only can I get those cool shapes, but I can get a cool transition within those shapes. And yeah, for me that's what gets it really cool looking. Nice. Awesome. See, now we're starting to get a little dimension in the hair now. That's sweet. Just trying to add to that one right there. Just again, I don't want to get too many repeating shapes. I'll kind of want to, you know, I'm thinking again, we're trying to obey some of the fundamental rules of hair, but kind of doing it in a stylistically, like visually appealing way. You know, so it's okay to like bend some rules and then break some, but some we want to like, some we want to obey, just like, yeah, general, just kind of like flow patterns and that stuff. Okay, cool. This is a big chunk here. I'm not going to be too fancy with it. So I can do like a chunk. I can go back in and then add to it and be like, whoa, cool. You know, it is fun and cool, but do pay attention to not get too carried away and too careless with where you make the selections. Just because then it can kind of, you know, it's not like a freaking go wild pass, you know. Yeah, it kind of is, but you do have to, you know, keep an eye on some of the stuff. Like, 'cause you don't want to just basically like making the same like overlapping layer, and you'll kind of get like a, I don't know, it can bleed over in other places. You can be left with like little spots that's like, oh crap, I didn't mean to paint over that little section. You know, like, Dan, you keep saying this up, show us a goddamn example. Alright, jeez, you guys, sorry. Alright, let's do that. So I want to shade down here. So this is all good, this is all good. Then I'm like, oh, and I just, you know, go there. Alright, so it looks fine, right? They look totally fine and normal, right? So let's do it. Let's add some shading. Whoopsie, the selection got out of control down there. Let me show you in a normal so you'll see it even more. It's like, what? Yeah, we don't want that little dot there, so I do have to keep in mind.
King Manga says, what's the timeout app called? I want it.
Well, there's a ton of them. Just look for break time software. Yeah, that one I think is called Timeout specifically, actually. But yeah, I strongly recommend getting one of those, just because it's so easy to just get caught up, and then, you know, I even when I'm like super pressed for deadlines, I'll kind of, you know, be stupid and be like, you know, skip on some timeouts and stuff, and it's just not good, mate. It's just not good. Yeah, so that's a good question. Definitely check those out. Depending whether you use Mac or PC. I think the one I'm using right now, it's for Mac, and it's Deja Vu, I think, is the company that makes it. Cool. See, I'm just gonna add some extra little like kind of streaks in the hair right now. It's really fun. If you wanted to be like super stylistically, we could even add some like little embellish these ones. Like, it's like, what? It gets dark right? It hits the light. Nah, it's a little too crazy for me. Let's not do that. But as you can see, we can kind of show overlapping and like how thick and thin the hair is by having some of these little shadows. And don't forget the shadow of the bangs. Be very delicate with that. Technically on this one I could have done my cool little like anime shading thing.
Why didn't you?
And we could have done that. This one, because that has kind of some highlights, outer glows and stuff. But yeah, that's a good way to start. Like we could have done that. We can still add it in right now if we want to just do a whole nother layer of it. And what I'm doing right now is just shading in with a basically like a 40% layer, I think. Yeah, 40%. She's in a big old just hard brush. Nothing fancy. This is really good for just kind of getting the base light direction. I don't want to do too much on her face though. This is what I'll kind of use to start things off. I'm just going to add it in right now just to kind of reinforce what we have. Come on, what the hell? Oops. I started using the smudge tool with no spacing. Let's see. I remember one of our buddies in the art chat, Koge Kisaru, if you're out there right now, they said hitting the escape button stops a brush action, but it's not stopping it. Yeah, but cool. Cool. Sorry, I should have been reading the chat too. So again, anyone who's tuning in right now, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming out. Me, your good friend and humble host, Din Money, and we're just waiting for this smudge to get, you know, to finish up. Yeah, I was going at it for a little while, so this might take some time. So if anybody knows a good joke right now, maybe we could talk about D&D. I should have been talking about that this whole time.
Why weren't you?
We had a cool session on Friday, Ellis Drake. It was sick. My character is still in hiatus. Oh, hey, what's up, Arios? Thanks for coming out, man. Yeah, my character in the freaking the Shar campaign is still banished, but our other group that I was DMing, they had a good session. That was nice. They now have a giant mountain hare in the party, like this giant like rabbit thing they can ride. So that was cool. They saved it from some goblins that trapped it, and they were gonna either eat it or force it into labor. God damn! I see. I started doing a smudge tool again and forgot to fix it. All right. Whew. Yeah. Sorry about that, you guys. All right. Now I'm gonna. All right. So just so you guys can see, so you don't do this yourselves. Yeah. When you have uncheck the spacing, I don't know why you'd think on normal brushes that slows it down like crazy for me, but for the smudge, that somehow makes it normal. So yeah, just remember that and you'll be fine. So I just want to evenly distribute the lighting really quick in the hard, and then I can manually control the soft. Cool.
Strike said we had to search for the innkeeper's son who went into the basement. That was a 5-layer dungeon.
Shite. Yeah, they just kind of got out of like some freaking little goblin tunnel action. That's cool. They gotta make their way to a town, then they'll get to do some cool little missions in there and stuff. It's crazy because like there's like a 6-person party, and like 2 of the party members couldn't make it last time, so they're like, yeah, like can we just kind of like work that into the story or something? And yeah, so I've got like the 2 other characters that couldn't make it. They're off like helping this one like wizard guy do stuff, and then that's gonna kind of like come into play with the main party. It's gonna be pretty cool. Nice. Yeah, it was funny when this like wizard guy like came in, like he's like, oh, well, could you mind me borrowing some of your companions, you know? And then like Jessica and El Pichon's characters are like, what? Like you can't just take our companions? Like what the heck? You know, like blah blah. And like this like giant ass like rimfire griffin comes down. You know, the old man's like, oh hello, well you're right. You know, perhaps I could trade you one of yours for one of mine. You know. And then they're like, oh shit, yeah. But then there's this like little bird that was with him too, and he's like, all right, well there's a deal then. All right, come on you guys, let's go. And then he like left him the little bird instead of like the sick ass griffin. It was so funny. Like our friends are like, what is this trade permanent? Like we can trade them, so we have the griffin. Like yeah, let's trade him. Let's get the griffin. And like whatchamacallit, LP-chan and Jessica's their characters are like they knew. It's like yeah, there's no way we're gonna get that. Like get out of here, you know. And it's yeah, it was so funny. They were so pissed. The two dudes. It's like damn it, you freaking got us. Oh man, that was good. It was a lot of fun.
That's funny. Alice Drake said we found his son who was dead for weeks. Even though you saw him yesterday, I did a medical check to see how long he was dead for. And that's where it gets weird. His cleric, who plays Chaotic character, who's supposed to be lawful dead, decides to strip the boy of all his clothes.
Yikes.
Then he decides to hog-tie the dead boy. Oh my god. What's wrong with your friend?
Jesus, yeah. Yeah, that's. I thought our quests were getting dark. Yeah, Jesus. That's funny.
Well, your friend's definitely playing chaotic, right?
Yeah, huh?
How can you hang around with somebody like the Head? It's horrible.
Sounds like a cool guy.
Yeah.
I'd watch a TV show about that.
I want to watch freaking Ball Fondlers or whatever.
Yeah.
Ball fondler. Oh god.
It's a Rick and Morty like commercial show or something. That's funny.
Yeah, alternate TV.
Yeah. That's so funny.
What are you listening to, bro?
This is Kill la Kill, but yeah, it is getting a little freaky, huh? See, let's reset it with the bullet train. Yeah, well, that's good. You guys are having some fun D&D sessions, man. No matter how bad it gets, though, man, at least your character isn't like freaking like banished and in limbo. Like we're just kind of like waiting to see what's gonna happen. It's just like fuck. We need what was that hashtag campaign? Like read forgiveness. That's what we need.
Just drop it.
Oh, they're having a vampire in there.
Really? A vampire in the party? That's crazy.
No. In the story.
Oh, nuts. Vampires. I want to get some little more like eyelash action on this chick. Yeah, let's try that. So I was just clicking through some layers, seeing what was what. With the bullet train. Nice.
Hey, RM Legion just posted something.
Oh, what up, RM Legion? Thanks for coming out, dude. Hey, if anyone's just tuning in, hey, what's up? It's me, your humble host and good friend, Din Money. Starting the super stream for today. I think we got LP-chan up next on the mic. What? She's gonna be going crazy.
We'll see.
Yeah, she's been drinking like a ton, so should be interesting.
Sick.
We'll see how it goes. I'm very excited.
That's funny. Area says, I played D&D. There was a session where I decided to pickpocket one of the other characters. Happened 3 times in the same session in the middle of a fight. After that happened, no one trusted me in the next session.
Yeah.
Would.
Yeah, what the hell, man? Priorities. That's it. I'm gonna do a quick little mic check. I think I've only got like 15 more minutes.
Are you doing the 2 hour? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I'll start listening.
I'm not trying to show off like you girls. Now, if we did 3-hour ones, we'd be on for all night.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think
I had to
everybody
just get
wants
this stream started.
I'm sorry.
Hell yeah, D&D. That's sick. Yeah, hopefully we'll be streaming our sessions soon. They're good. They're really good. JK, cool. So I want to just kind of get some matching highlights in all these little sections right here. I'll just do this manually with just like a normal brush. Normal layer style too. So I'm just gonna draw like some dark lines right there, just to give like a nice like contact shadow. Maybe we can even take some gray. Trying to gray out the bottom some of there. What's really cool and what's like a little optical illusion is that probably looks a little like bluish, a little purple, but it's not. I know, crazy, right? What? Just because it is a little dark, you know, it's like yeah, it's just a bit too dark. If I wanted to be super crazy, maybe we could kind of like just do half of it like that.
whatchamacallit? Arm Legion says, love the picture that you're doing. It's cool.
Oh, sweet.
And then Royal says, no, Jin, don't leave, senpai.
Hey, Royal, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming out, man.
He's been here.
Oh, I didn't see it. Sorry. I've been, yeah, sorry about that. Anyone that I missed, hello and thank you for coming. I'm sorry. Blame the girls. It's their job to tell me who comes in, who goes. They did. Oh, crap. See, even when I try to, like, blame the girls to get out of it, they're like, nah, we knew you were going to do that. That's why we already told you. Yeah. They're that good.
That's my illustration. It's like, my friend takes all my money because it costs 300 gold to resurrect him each time he dies. It's like, why?
Shit.
Stop giving
Your friend
him
is
money.
awesome.
They
Yeah.
suck.
Your friend is. He's gonna win. He's a winner.
Huh? That's funny, yeah. I don't know if I would do that.
Nah, you just betrayed the team.
No, dude, I wouldn't do that. No way. I would never betray the team.
Sure.
Sorry, I wanted to get like kind of like to show like the actual like makeup roughness, but I don't know. Maybe I can just cut this first little section out and move it inwards. Yeah, we'll try that. Okay. Alright, she's starting to get somewhere. We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. It feels like it should just be colored all the way though, huh? Let's just try it really quick, just see what happens. Yeah. Isn't that already like, whew. Crazy devil skin. Nice. Cool. Sweet. Yeah, so I don't know, I guess we could I wonder with some good like wrapping up things for this.
Why don't you put like take a quick like particle brush or a round brush and put some gold beads in her hair.
Yeah, okay.
Like try to adjust her hair a bit more because the Egyptians like they braided their hair. They put a lot of shit in it. Like
Oh, really?
Because they
Cool.
wore wigs. They were all bald.
Really? Okay.
Was this too hot? It was just easier to put on a wig every day.
Nuts.
So
I
yeah,
hear
those
that.
were very elaborate.
I heard that. Alright, cool. Let's do it.
You could put some gold thread.
Yeah. I got all kinds of crazy brushes we can use.
All sorts of crazy things.
Let's try putting that in an overlay, see what happens. That's almost a little too crazy, maybe. I'll try a different one. Maybe we can just like slowly erase it. When you do little like layer texture, like layer styles like this bevel and emboss and stuff, it really works well when there's like a solid layer. If there is like some opacity jitter, it kind of gets a little funky. Like as you guys can see here, it kind of it's a little bizarre with the way it handles it. So just, you know, be aware of that. Is she shirtless? Yeah, I guess so. We could try to add some.
You can't really see it, so oh well.
Yeah. Ooh, we should get some like little stuff down on here too. Sorry. Again, you guys, ideas are happening right now. I want to try some stuff. I almost wonder if like, oh, that's kind of crazy. A little like just a gnarly symbol. Happy accidents. Nice. I almost would like to see it just pointing down though. What if we take this one and move it like this? What? That's kind of nuts. Connect them. Cool. So isn't that what's neat? You can kind of like take something, mess with it slightly, turn it into something totally different. See, again, like it'd be really cool to have just like a nice like boosh blue right there. Like, oh, we'll see. Maybe I can convince this client, be like, you know what? Let's just go full color. Whatever. It's kind of a bad habit to just start doing things on your own though like that. So I'm not going to do that, especially not in front of everyone. Bless you. Awesome. Cool. Let's just go ahead and just get some little like chains in her hair or something, yeah. I need to beef up those earrings too. Those are like so mediocre. Mediocre!
Why don't you do like a freaking some triangle like this?
Okay.
Like this.
Oh, for the earrings? Yeah, that'd be chill. Technically, we could use this thing for an earring. Let's take it a step further this time. Alright, so we did a crazy little, last time we moved it down. Let's try these and move them up this time. See, now it's brand new. It's kind of a shame you don't get to see that much of it, though. It's kind of a real darn shame. Sweet. Again, anyone who's tuning in, hey, what's up? Thanks for coming out. It's me, Dan Money. We are kind of just wrapping up this session. We made some progress on this chick. It's nice. I'm digging it. I also want to get some blues there at the end now. Again, yeah, anyone, thanks for coming out. We got El Pichon coming up next for today's stream. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. We're just getting started here. We're about to break out the goulash.
Goulash?
Yeah. Cool. So I'll be working on this. I'll try to get the finished one up on my DeviantArt by the end of today. Anybody will be interested in that. Cool. So again, yeah, if anybody has any last minute questions, this would be the perfect time for that. Yeah, cool. Should be like kind of tweaking around some of these jewelry and stuff. You can never have too much fun tweaking stuff. Nice. Cool. Cool. Yeah, it's the schedule. Yeah. Thanks. And again, thanks to my mods for helping out with that. Really appreciate it. Yeah. Shout out to LP Chan, Jessica. We have some really cool artists in the chat right now. Hey, hey, Gecko CG. What up? Thanks for coming. Yeah. It's gonna be a nice, fun day. So definitely stick around. Awesome. And next up is L to the P to the Chon. Later tonight we're gonna have Jessica in the house. That's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be just super cool. Super cool. Even more cool. Nice. Me. I'll try to get some color in the background a little bit. Yes. Just a little something. Nothing. Alright, chill. Cool. Gotta fade it out even more. Sorry, again, I want a little color fluctuation in the background. But I don't want to, like, I want the focus again to be her, so it'd be really cool. Law of the Pack. Hey, thanks for the follow. Yeah, again, thanks everyone for coming to my portion of the stream today. Yeah, if you would give me a follow, that'd be really cool. We can hang out again in the future. I'll be hanging out working in the background while these lovely ladies are doing their streams. So, yeah.
It says the gold from the hairpin is different from the gold of the rest of the jewelry. Anyway, notice me senpai, Royal says.
Chill.
Straight, no wine this time. Should I?
Huh.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, get her to drink, you guys. Do
I
it.
need some more food in me. Sure? Yeah? Sure.
Let's talk about the gold, Marion. Yeah, the gold is different, but can you tell me why? Did you catch what happened there, how the gold got different? That is the real question.
Gecko says, is this the office that you guys work on?
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is where we work from. This is where the magic happens. Welcome to AGL Studios!
Yeah.
The greatest studio on Earth!
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah. Nice. I'm only gonna put this layer into the other ones. Nice. Awesome. But yeah, just in case anyone was wondering about that, let's talk about why this one would be more saturated than
Why do I
these.
gotta celebrate football straight?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah, right.
Maybe. I set up my
Nice.
opening, so whatever. You have 2 minutes.
Okay, cool. Well, let me tell you what happened with the gold right there. If anyone's wondering, when you kind of grab colors from spots that already have, some lighting and overlay effects, like lighting layers on top of it, you're gonna not really get the true color. So that's why, what I should have done is grab the color from the base one. But in other respects, World Admiral, hey, thanks for the follow, dude. It is kind of nice. You can use that to get subtle fluctuations in your colors without them being too off base. So, okay, yikes, maybe it didn't get sent then, yeah, but yeah, either way, Marion, yeah, whatever, chill. Basically why that happened is because I just grabbed it from here and there was already some interaction on it, so this gold that I grabbed as a base was actually stronger than the original base, which we can see right here. Nice, so just even that little bit will kind of do a lot, but yeah, cool, very cool. It's not that much different, but it's mainly just that it's so stark. It looks a little different. But cool. Yeah, the eyedropper, very, very strong tool. I keep that pretty handy. I actually have that like a pretty go-to. It's a very useful tool. But again, when you use it, be mindful of where you're grabbing colors from, because you do run a risk of the colors getting a little muddy. You know, because if you keep grabbing from stuff and then you keep drawing it, it's going to interact with other colors, especially if you're using like a brush with like opacity, sensitivity. You know, it's like, oh, I want to grab this, paint over here, and then like I grab like this, paint over here.
Goddamn.
Sorry, it's going to slowly get more and more dull. Kiwi Brothers Studio. Alright, cool. Well, I'm out of time, unfortunately, you guys. I really do thank you all for coming. Hope you guys are excited. I'm going to pass the mic over to LP Chan. So she's getting ready. I'll go ahead and start hosting her. Yeah, everybody,
What?
let's hop on over to LP Chan's channel.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, she says hang on a second, so
I thought you said so.
cool. Alright, well, while I have you guys here, yeah, if you give me a follow before you go, I'd appreciate it. Hopefully see you next week. Again, this is kind of just Sundays, or, you know, just Sunday fun day. Who knows what's going to happen. My main character design streams are Tuesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, yeah, definitely come to that. We'll be getting more gear. I think we'll be working on the mage chick this week. Yeah, I think we'll be continue to work on her, or we can do the we can work on like an old man wizard. Cool. Okay, sweet, awesome. Nuvis, hey, thank you for the follow. Awesome. Yeah, again, if anybody has any quick questions, any like little tips, yeah, Super Sunday stream. That's awesome. Again, what I was trying to, you know, the main point with this piece that we were working on, thing I want to like impress on you guys is take it slow, slowly build up. Don't try to jump in anything too fast. Like slowly build the color transitions, and you'll find your way really nice. When you try to go in too fast, it'll just kind of not look as like three-dimensional, that kind of stuff. Yeah, cool. So let's actually, you know, before we hump over to P-Chan, let's do that thing that P-Chan always does, where it's like we start what we started with, and then where we're at right now. So this is what it started with, and then yeah, so that's what we had in the beginning, and now here we are. Boom. Boom, a lot cooler, right? Let's see that in an instant replay. Boom. Yeah, it's just line art. Yeah, nothing big. We can see made a little mistake right there. It got a little dark. But yeah, there's the line art. As you can see, I didn't do any of the falling sand in there. No background. Nothing crazy.
That's fine.
And then here we are.
That's fine.
Here we are at the end of the stream.
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah, awesome. Hopefully some of these techniques, you know, are helpful to you guys. I know we didn't cover as much. It was a little more goofball day today, which is fine. It's Sunday. If you are looking at some techniques, if you're branching into digital, if you want to get into concept art or character design stuff, definitely give me a follow. I'll get, you know, you're guaranteed to level up each time we have a session or learn one new thing. I don't want to say level up because that's like patent pending. Are you ready now? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, I was waiting for you to say you're ready. Cool.
Sorry. That's chill. Take your time.
Sweet. Alright, cool. Let's all hop over to LP Chan's stream. I'll see you guys over there. I'm going to start hosting her. I don't know if she ever posted a link. Yeah, Super Sunday stream! Alright,
God.
how do I do it? Yeah, do I just start?
You know what? Keep talking. I just reopened Photoshop and it's lagging more than ever.
Yeah, see? You said you were ready. I knew you weren't. I knew you weren't
No,
ready
it was
yet.
like not liking that hard, and then I'm like, okay, I'll restart so it gets
That's
a little better.
so funny.
Now it's just like worse.
Chill.
Oh.
Alright, well, the stream's going to continue with LP Chan in just a moment. For the record, I have to pee so bad. I can taste it in the back of my mouth. It's that bad.
Ew. Disgusting.
Okay. You ready now or what? Oh,
Nope,
no.
you're
Okay,
good.
sorry.
I'll tell you.
Alright, sorry. We are on standby right now. So yeah, again, thank you everyone for coming. More character design stuff, definitely give me a follow. Be doing the main character design stream, episode 8 on Tuesday. Yeah, it's gonna be super good. Tuesday, 4 to 6 p.m. Yeah, I know Jessica will be streaming last today and tomorrow, so that'll be good. Very excited. Yeah, thank you guys for checking this out. Really appreciate it. Awesome. You guys are so cool. So cool.
Hey.
Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Alright.
Yeah.
I like her. So I'm looking at the picture on the other screen. Sometimes it's kind of weird, you guys, but seeing like your artwork in another like setting can give you a fresher eye on it. Like even if it is just like me looking at the Twitch stream on my other monitor, it's like, oh cool. It kind of I don't know. Things always look better when you see them in the actual context. You know, like when you see your actually like your card art in the midst of the other card. This question, I'm in euros. So what time is it right now for you guys? It's 4 p.m. Yeah. Oh gosh, twin, that's funny. That's funny. Oh man. Yeah.
Twin said that.
That's. Nah, it's okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Did you see my drawing, Dan Senpai? I'm assuming you meant Din
Who the hell
instead
is
of Dan. Yeah, you can call me Dan. Dan, see ya. Cool. Let's check it out, man. Cool. Sweet.
Yeah, so you rendered
Nice.
the face really good.
At first, I thought he was flipping me off for a second. That's good.
Alright.
So yeah, cool.
Ready.
Alright.
Huh?
Fuck it. This is good thing yet. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Alright, cool.
guys.
I'll see you guys over at El Peach on stream. Could you post a link to hers or something on there? Or I'll do it. I'll just start hosting her. Sweet.
I'll post it.
Boom. Alright, see you guys. Rock and roll, everyone.